Everyone, welcome to the neighborhood. I'm your host, Mr. Christian. This is my guest today, Marcus.
What's going on, y'all?
Welcome, Marcus, to the neighborhood. We are here to spread your gift that you have to provide to people, and people can contact you at Marcus underscore the underscore SPT. Well, now, what does SPT stand for, sir?
So SPT just basically stands for Student Physical Therapist. I'm currently in a doctorate program to become a doctor of physical therapy at Midwestern University.
All right, where were you attending beforehand?
So beforehand, I was at ASU getting my exercise science degree, spent 4 years there, then finally moved up. Decided to take about a year off from school just so I can get experience teching in a facility before I applied to PT school, and then applied to PT school, and now I'm in my second year.
Oh, nice, man. Is that a common route you've seen among other students as well
It's
to do?
definitely, yeah, it's definitely a common route. I've seen a few people go straight from college into DPT school. Me, on the other hand, like I said, I just really wanted experience. I wanted to be able to see patients, kind of get used to very therapeutic exercises. I've had a very good background in exercise science and training, just because I used to do that for a while. And I also used to compete in calisthenics and stuff like that. So I already had that basic knowledge of exercise, but now I really wanted to go towards more of the therapy realm because it really piqued my interest and I have a huge passion for it.
Were there any sports you did before calisthenics?
I used to play football. I used to play soccer. I used to do track and field. But to be honest, if I had to say my favorite, it's calisthenics slash street workout. You know, just because it really allowed me to evolve my body into just stuff that I didn't think that I could do. You know.
When you were playing what were your positions in all three sports?
I had like backfield for soccer, sometimes goalie, football, I would be a running back. But that was after I like slimmed. I was a linebacker. I mean, not a linebacker. I was a lineman at first because I used to be a chunky boy, very big. And then I decided to go on a weight loss journey, and then it eventually kind of led me away from sports. And then that's how I kind of got into calisthenics.
Dude, I can't believe you were a running back. Well, what was playing that like? Were your sports something that contributed to you going to ASU as well?
No, my sports didn't contribute me to going to ASU specifically. So at first, I was playing high school ball for a while, and I just realized I didn't love it. You know what I mean? And I kind of was seeking something else that I could do, but was more like an individual sport. And I ended up finding this really amazing gym in Long Island called AMP Training Facility. And I'll never forget my trainer, Adam DeBella. He was one of the guys that actually hosted calisthenics classes like during the week, twice a week. And it was a super good learning experience. He taught us like a lot of the basic fundamentals, and I would say that's where I started more of my reps and sets journey before I actually started getting into like more specific skills and stuff like that.
What was your track experience like? Were you a shot
Oh,
putter? Were you
shot putter and sprinter. Yeah.
Dude, what sprint events did you run?
Just blah, blah, blah. Sorry.
No,
Just
you're good.
yeah, just like the 100.
Dude, what was your 100 time?
Man, yeah, you're making me call back. Maybe like
Yeah.
a 4 point, maybe like a 4 point. No,
Oh, wait,
yeah,
what?
that didn't sound right. That didn't sound. No, no, no. I'll be honest, man. I'm blanking on the time.
Was it between like 8 and 9? Oh, I'm sorry, like 9 and 10?
I feel like that sounds. I'm like thinking of my 40 time. I was like my 40 time in high
That
school. I was
your
pretty.
40 sounds
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
stupid too. You said four something
It
for
was
your
it was a
40?
four. It was like a 4.8 at my best.
That's not too bad for
Yeah, yeah.
Wait,
It,
was that when before you were running back though?
that was. not before I was a running back. I was lineman. I ran a lot slower. It wasn't until I lost.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't
I
until I
was
lost
going to say
I
that would
started
be
looking
very
back.
fast and scary.
Yeah, no, 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 no. There was no way, man.
Do you
That
want
was
to know how fast I run my 100?
what's up.
It was like 12 something.
Very close.
I was so
You know what
slow.
though?
I
That's
have no sprint bone in my body. I'm all distance.
that. Listen, it's fine. I ended up stopping track too, just because like sprinting was fun. Like I liked it because it was short, it was quick, but long distance because my coach really wanted me to try to run it, and I can't go circles around the track. You know what
You
I
it
mean? For
it's
time.
not good for your brain. I did it for several like a season or two and I did not like it even though it was a lot of fun to run miles and miles and just turn everything off.
Yeah, I could never get that runner's high that everyone always talks about, just running and turning everything off. Like I love the go, 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 but maybe
It's a
that's born in New York.
it's a weird high. So you're at ASU. What keeps you on the track with exercise science overall?
So what kept me on track with exercise science was, well, basically it's like a whole story, right? So
Okay.
kind of just going back to the beginning of when I was younger. Um, so I used to be overweight, right? Used to not actually exercise. I was actually playing this video game called World of Warcraft all the time, like didn't want to talk to people, like kept myself shut in and everything. And a major part of that was because when I was younger, like a kid, I had gotten molested for like 3 years. So basically, like having that guilt of, that happening to me, not telling my parents, being too scared of like the guy who did it, whatever, which ended up being a family member. But that all got to me, and so I was overweight, like I said before, kind of just shutting the world out. And I think when I was a kid, I just like had gotten pre-diabetic. I was on a very heavy, like 200 pounds, like at maybe 13, 14. So I think that sounds right. Yeah, 13 or 14. And it was like at that doctor's visit that like I was like, man, I really have to make a change. So granted, the change didn't happen right away because, once you're in that mindset, it's very hard to get out. But it wasn't until like I was on YouTube one day and I saw this guy, I'll never forget it, Frank Madrano, one of the OGs in the game. I know I saw him doing the typewriter pull-ups, like walking on air and stuff like that. And that motivated the heck out of me. So like I was like, damn, I want to know how to do that. Like I want to learn how to control my body weight, and maybe going through exercise will make me figure out how to control my life if I can control my body. And so that's how that journey started. Like I was hitting the gym all the time. Uh, and that's how I was losing weight. And I saw rapid weight loss because I started dieting. I started eating the right things. I started cutting out just all the bad stuff for me and chase that goal. And when I was at the goal of being able to finally hit a pull up after like a year, that's when I actually like found Adam, like I was telling you before. And that's how I pursued that. And fitness has been like my passion ever since. So when I got the opportunity and accepted into ASU, I was like, let's go for it. Like there goes my exercise science.
Dude, that's a that's a that's a heck of a beginning. That's a lot to dig in there and then pray out of and then come out over here on the other end.
Yeah, man, it was a long road. And like I said, when I went to ASU, I got my exercise science, but I didn't want to do physical therapy right out the gate. I was thinking my life was going to be like a strength and conditioning coach, and then that all changed due to another story too, which basically I was in my junior year of school at an internship, and it ended up being with Foothills Physical Therapy. And that specific company actually had a fast program, which was nothing but sports training. And then it had the physical therapy side. So I was on the fast side for my internship, because like I said before, I wanted to be a strength and conditioning coach. And it wasn't until, and I'll never forget this, like I had fun training people, don't get me wrong. Like it was
Yeah.
cool to see people get their weight loss goals, gain size as far as like muscular, but like I didn't feel like was I was making a super impactful change. But this was my thought process while I was doing it. So it wasn't until this 99-year-old man came into the clinic. He had two people assisting him on each side with this thing, what we call a gait belt, where we put around someone's waist to kind of hold them up.
Okay.
And he was using a walker. Like this man could not walk for anything, right? So I look from the fast room and I'm like, what is physical therapy going to do for this guy? Like, I've had physical therapy in the past, but, obviously it's like for minor injuries compared to this guy who's 99, can't walk. And it looks like he was on, just the verge of passing on. So fast forward 3 months, I there in the fast room, kind of cleaning up. I see him, and he had gotten discharged that day. And this man just straight up walked out of the clinic with a cane, no assistance, no gait belt, looking healthier than ever after 3 months. And I was like, damn, like I want to make a change like that. Like that's something that I feel like strength and conditioning couldn't give me, was that overall lasting change. And so that's when I was talking to my internship guy right then and there. I was like, hey, like I want you to put me in physical therapy side, and I thank you for everything that you taught me, but I think I want to pursue this route and just shadow the other side. And he did, and then ended up getting a job with the company, becoming the lead technician at Foothills in the Surprise location under Jim Kester, and learned so much. Then I applied to PT school.
Dude, that's a beautiful process to watch and hear about. I mean,
Yeah.
but so that just witnessing all that grabbed you towards now this field, and how long how far along are you? I'm sorry, you're already 7 years in, but now how long until you officially finish?
So I am in my second year, so I have one more year and 3 months until I finish. And the last year is just all clinical rotations for 3 months. So super excited for that. I got my rotation sites and where I'm going, and it's going to be a blast. The first one's in Scottsdale, second one's in Chico, California, and the third one's back in Glendale in Arizona. So it'll be a good,
Dude,
yeah,
you'll have an amazing time. It sounds like you're doing the right thing for yourself and others.
yeah, super
Now,
rewarding profession.
yeah, man, like you're doing the right things. And you're also taking from your passions from your younger and feeling this thing now that you're able to help others at the end of the day.
Yep.
Now, is there anything you would like to share with the people? Any words of advice you would share right now if you were to tell people one thing? What would that be?
Um, I think what I would tell everyone right now is that, you know, your path is not meant to be linear. You're going to have a lot of ups and downs. And in that process, you just have to ride the wave and see where life goes. I feel like too many people think that we need to be at a certain stage in our life. Like I'm in school and I'm 27 and I haven't graduated yet. And I go to school with people that are younger than me. And I just want people to know it's just like never too late to get your education, never too late to like, work towards your goals, because at the end of the day, like we have one life. You know what I mean? So if you could see someone like me and listen to my story of how I started, like it's possible. You can never be a victim of your circumstances. Like I know everyone's gone through their own separate battles, but as long as you put 100% into yourself and the things you want to do, you can make it happen.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's a great way to finish it right there. This is the neighborhood. If you want to work with Marcus, you can contact him at Marcus underscore the underscore SPT. hit him up. You'll find him there. He has an amazing Instagram as well. We didn't talk about calisthenics, but I feel like we got enough of Marcus at the moment that we'll have more of him later on in further episodes to dive in deep into that calisthenics realm, what his perspective was like in Arizona.
Thanks, Christian. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for inviting.
Yeah, of course, man. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Let me just